Hello. I'm going from park. I'm laughing because you guys probably think I'm in the same park, but I'm like walking from park to park to park and saying something different in every park. That's why. It's one of the reasons why I'm so skinny. I'm just because I walked a lot in my life. I'm a walker. But anyway, this video is about what to love. So it's going to be part of my new playlist called How to Love. But this is what is love? What's love? What is love by definition? So in the world of spirituality, there's two different things. There's unity and love, and ignorance and separation. Okay, so like all true spirituality can be like, everything's going to be one of those things. Does it separate or does it unify? So the true definition of love is to unify, but really the true definition of love is to understand. You guys know I'm a Rasta, and Rasta, we understand that love means to understand. So since under means below, we change it. We say overstand. Maybe you guys watch a lot of Jamaican things, or have been to Jamaica, or listen to a lot of reggae, or have been around a lot of us Rastafarians or whatever, and you've noticed that we say overstand. Yeah, I overstand. Do you overstand? Okay, you gotta overstand. We say overstand instead of understand. It's because to overstand, it's to understand, to overstand. It's a little bit too important of a word to have it be something that's under something. So I've heard like the Masons or someone describe why they made the word that way. It wasn't really out of evil intentions, but it is really important because the true definition of love is to both unify and to understand, which is really the same thing. So it's to overstand. Okay? So, like when you love your child, and your child is learning to walk, and they're walking, and they like reach over and they stick their finger in the fire, it hurts you too. Remember when your kid burns their finger, your finger's burnt too. Not literally. If you looked at your finger, it's not burned, and if you look at their finger, it is burned. It's all red and blistered, but you're one with them. And so the pain they feel, you feel too, because you're one with them. You have that overstanding with them, that link, that oneness, So one love, overstanding, love, overstand, it's all just, that's like the over there. So the most important thing in all spirituality, it is to love, and it is to overstand, and it is to unify, but how do you do that? And you do that through transcending ego. That's why meditation is so important. That's why, like Buddhism's all about meditation and identifying ego. And, some Christians say, Buddhism is satanic, because it's not Christian, but really it's because they're being competitive, it's their competitor, Because the truth is about Buddhism, and any true Buddhist master will tell you, anybody from any religion, it's not really, you might not even call it a religion. It's a technique to overstand. It's a technique to transcend ego through awareness. To find nirvana, to become enlightened. So anybody can do that, because it's there's a saying, worship the gods if you must, but first know thyself. Also the same thing, knowing thyself, which is what gnosis means. Gnosis, overstanding, unity, one love, oneness, that's all kind of the same thing, and that's what true spirituality is about. So ego, the true definition of ego, not from like a Sigmund Freud perspective, but from like a Buddhist perspective, the definition of ego is to separate. It's the opposite. So ego is over here, and overstanding and one love, it's over here. So I'm better than them because I'm a doctor. That's ego. I'm this, because like the things that separate are really ego. And when you meditate, and that's really what meditation's all. That's why you're meditating. You're becoming one with the silence, because that's who you really are. Is one with everything. And in that oneness, in that overstanding, in that one love, in that vibration, that higher vibration, that Rasta vibration, you look at things one more time, and you filter out the ego. The ego becomes obvious. You become aware of it, and then you can operate on the higher level. Okay, so like any like all aspects of love can you can find the higher law, and you can find the clarity in it through applying these principles. Like, for example, I just did the video how to love a trans woman. Coming up to me and saying, "Hey dude, hey sir, what's going on, sir?" and all that, and being rude to me, or calling a fat woman a fat bitch, or calling people names. Being rude is weak, Moltred. You mustn't be rude, Moltred. Like on Merlin. That's you're doing it's weak because you're trying to separate to make yourself feel strong. If you're strong, you don't need to separate anything, because you're strong already. You've arrived there. You're there. You're strong. So kindness, and people are being politically correct nowadays. They're wanting me to change things and admit that I'm wrong about things. It's like, so you're saying that what? You're saying that you ought to be able to separate everything because you're ignorant. That's ego. Obviously through meditation, they're going to be able to realize, what? I shouldn't behave like that. I'm sorry. I should be able to, if there's a way, something I can do to help to make the world a better place, I should do it. So the definition of love is overstanding. And that's why Rastas say overstand all the time. Know your reggae.